Good morning. Today I want to share about topics of the role of the managers. So as we know, there are three types of manager. First is top management. Second one is middle management. And then the last one is the lower management. So in this case, we want to separate or divide what roles for each type of managers. So top management. So top management role position is many cases we see meet the general manager. So this type of top manager, we call it general manager. Most role is decision making. So means this decision making means there are some strategy they need to have. So based on conclusion of the strategy, they're making decisions. Okay, and then before we go through with the middle management, first we have to define the lower management role. So lower management is involved in the business process. The business process means the operational, start from the company getting order, and then manufacturing, processing, and then delivering the products, and then after that we collecting the money. And this operational we will go to repeatedly, and then we call it business process. In this case, the lower management will there are some person who monitor this business process. We call it supervisor. So this supervisor will controlling all the business process. Okay. Then, what is the middle management role? The role of a middle management is to first is support the strategy of the top management, the general manager, and then also support the lower management. Support the top management means they should offer or suggest or the realization of the strategy of the general manager, implementation of the general how to describe the strategy, and then delivering this strategy to the operationals. Then the second one is how to support the business process. The business process can monitor by supervisor, means the result, the satisfaction of the customer, but how to improve or how to increase efficiency of this business process. This the middle management role. So in this case is productivity. productivity up. So speaking of this lower management level will be work or doing tasks with their body, means making some listings and then doing some tasks and then stick with the procedures, while the top management and the middle management should use brain. Means they need to think what is future problem of the company. Then they should make formulating some strategy for the future, and then also think about how to improve the efficiency or the productivity of the business process in the lower management. So in this case, supervisor level will do static jobs. The static jobs means they it will be start from the operational, from the sales activity, and then after finish the film product, will be collecting some money. It will be procedural, but the top management and the middle management, especially top management and middle management, cannot be stopped. So the brain or they need to thinking without end about how to improve the business process and also the future issues. They should think. In this case, their work of we call it work with brain with mind is never stop. Okay. So in middle management, there are some focus. They should focus, because in the lower management, the business process should be fulfilled by the experience, skill, and knowledge. So this middle management should taking care with these traits, because if this middle management cannot catch up with these traits, experience, skill, and knowledge, they cannot formulating some productivity or some manuals in order to make easy or to accelerate some business process in the lower management level. Okay, this is the role of the management. We will connecting with the second one. This is the company life cycle. There are some milestones. First is introductions, or starting up the company, and then the growing phase. The third one is maturity phase, and then it has possibility of declining phase. So start with the introductions. What the manager should do for each phase? First is for introduction phase. So we think the most important thing in the introduction phase, the managers should behave as an entrepreneur. So being entrepreneur, this entrepreneur consists of they should uh, they should put a method of strategy versus implementations. Means they should trying because let's say this entrepreneur in in the introduction phase, they should start with the policy of the company, and then some procedure need to be set up, and then also searching the market. Means they need to have many strategies and then trying so hard, and then put the high level of implementations. Means if they failed with the strategies and then the implementation, they should practicing or exercising again and again, because in the with connection of declining, if company failed with this introductions, means the setting up the level in this phase, in introduction phase, the declining phase it be happen. In this case, maybe for example, the parent company will consider to close the business, even not bankrupt. But before bankrupt, maybe the parent company will decide to close the business or liquidations. So this is very critical in very critical to doing this in the introduction space. Okay. So after we doing some strategy and implementation in this company, let's say the company in the growing phase. So means in the growing phase, some sales will be up, and then sales will be up. The company size, means the number of employees will be increased, and then what the manager should do for this growing phase? You think it should be standardization. So in this case, in the standardization, they need to the company should they should invest with times, and then because if we let the sales up without any efficiency in the growing phase, it will be cannot move to the maturity period. So in this case, standardization in the middle management is so important. The managers should have the big loyalty. They should invest a lot in time to do some standardization, but they will evaluate also well, because they have a loyalty in this growing pace. Okay. In the growth after going pace, let's say the market was fixed, and then also the product is famous. In the maturity period, the company will have good cash flow, a lot of, let's say we have many idle money, and then the sales is of course sales is up, and then the profit will be also up. It will be, if we compare with the growing period, maybe the sales is up, but as I said, the profit will be not so increased because we investing a lot in this period, time, maybe money, some cost. But in this case, if we done or we are smooth with the standardization, the cash flow and the profit will be good, will be up also. In this case, the company should be uh, aware and then put some sense of crisis that they maybe in the future there's some competitor will team up with this business also, and then be aware with the climate changes. So this awareness means they should they should they should innovate. So do innovations. So do innovations. So with innovations, we will avoiding the company in the declining period. So doing doing innovations, some future development, and then train some employees, and then we can go through with increasing again in this maturity, and then we can avoid this declining. So speaking about the innovations, until this, first is a conclusion. As a managers, we need to make decisions. The decisions to change the company. So the company should change. Change means from implementation, introduction, growing, and then maturity. We need to change. Change. We decide to have a standardization. We decide to put some innovations, and then second one is strategy. After we make some decisions, we need to put in some strategies. What suitable with this? What's suitable with this decision making? Suitable with the changes. And then the third one is implementations. So these three should be go through repeatedly. So but in most problems in the implementations means how to realizations of how to realize the decision making and the strategy. This implementation sometimes we get busy in lower management because this implementation will be in the lower management, but support by the lower management. But many cases this implementation was failed or cannot be ongoing well because they feel busy. Of course, this busyness will be the homework of the middle management, how to increase the productivity. And then that manager is trapped by these situations. They go through with the lower lower management. So they involve into the operationals. And then in this case, the company cannot be growth. Cannot be growth. So start with the standardization for management to increase productivity. Standardization, or you can say making some manuals, and then train. Train means employee development. So good manager, they need to support the development of the subordinate or the lower level of them. So train them into their level. In this case, the company will be consistently growing. Okay. So speaking about business, so they let's say in this case the middle management was trapped with the busyness of the business process. There are anagram of urgency and important. So how to solve this business? Urgency and important. So the managers should divide what they should do with this anagram. The point in the urgent and important is like maybe for example like urgent matters with like complaint from the customers, and then some employee retention happen, and then many problems in the process. They need to solve it quickly. So they will be urgent. So important urgent is relating to this lower management because this is in the position of a current level really related with the business process. But what should the middle management do? Middle management do focus on this point, not urgent but important. In this case, you need to think the priority or the most important things that can be solved in the future on the future problems. So means they need to solve future problems or making some improvement or development for in the future. Many cases it's also related with this standardization and productivity. So they need to prioritize the standardization. Let's say this company is in the in the growing the growing period. So they need to make some manuals, standardization, company standardizations, the standardization of culture during the group maybe. So if this happen, they can solve this future development, means in the things that important but not urgent. You can imagine that a company will be grow and then will be going well. So yes, I think this is the point of today. So this is the connection between the role of manager. But first, they need, in the introduction, they should being as entrepreneur, and this entrepreneur they need to trying again and again change some policy, fix some core philosophy, and then we believe after this introduction is going well, company will grow. So in the growth period, they need to standardize all the procedures, and then do not stop the employee or employee development. And then after the business was mature, please do not stop or start to doing innovations. Okay, I think this is today's sharing from me. Thank you.